Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Kingdom Builder. I'm JPT, your Kingdom Builder himself. What you may have noticed is that I was climbing up a very long stairwell. Let me run back real quick and show you. This was something I came out of. I just was down in the earth and I was like, I need to get out of here. And so I ended up digging this very, very long sort of natural staircase, and then I actually built some stairs and did that. Way down there I've got a zombie spawner experience thing and a spider one, which I'm not quite done with yet, and I'll show you those two probably in a future episode. Not quite ready for prime time, but as you can see, I do have 10 experience, and I did get that from my zombie farm there. So I honestly could not tell you what's new since the last episode. It feels like it's been forever. But this tree farm is new. What kind of trees are those? Spruce, I think. And then we've got oak there. This is one of our another one of our staircases, but it's not as extensive. But it does go down into the earth. And so I don't remember the last time I've actually been down this one. But I leave the door open because nothing really comes up. But I should probably not do that. But hey, it is what it is. Look, 51 zombie flesh. Wish I could do something a little bit more with that. I flattened out a lot of this area. Probably will fill in most of these holes, or maybe utilize them for farming. Maybe put another farm over here. It's most likely what I'll end up doing. Put these oak trees here, lit them up. Again, this is just sort of a farming kind of thing. This is a really, really dopey farm, so don't mind me. Okay, how many cows do I got going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's breed us some cows. At least one more. You get some weed. Wheat, not weed, sorry. And you get some mega baby. Oh yeah, made a baby. Look at that. Big old head. And you can see here I've got some farming things going on. Got wheat and got some potatoes down here. Not quite ready all for prime time. And some pumpkins and watermelons. And again, this is another one of my tunnels. This was, I think, the initial one. This goes down pretty far too, almost as much as the other one. And then there's one way over there in the distance. I think there might be two down there actually. So I've been doing quite a bit. And I've been trying to get these sugar canes growing for quite some time. So we'll put those there. And I think we'll just keep these others. Put this in this thing here all. Let's see what our chickens are. Oop, I'll just put that in there. Let's see what our chickens are up to. I made a little chicken farm down here. Been really difficult keeping these guys alive. I'm not going to lie. So, make a chicken. Are you interested in my seeds? Yep, there you are. So again, keeping these guys alive is kind of a pain in my butt. But so far, I did this kind of naturally. I just said, follow me. And I dumped them in here. And then I cleaned this all up with dirt. This used to be pretty stony. And then I got a little ladder here that I can jump out of. But I've been keeping all sort of my farming things here, which has been pretty convenient. Put my hoe there as well. Let's see, what kind of tools do I got? Sharpness. These are kind of low tier tools and weapons. I'm not really worried about them so much right now. But the main prize here is what we've been building up here. I've been working, been gathering a ton of resources, and also building this at the same time. And I do apologize for not sort of showing you this. I just got a little ahead of myself over the weekend. And, well, I just decided to build this. And as you can see, let me get rid of that. It is sticking out of the castle, and it's 4 levels. I think this is as tall as this portion of this building is going to be, and as far out as it's going to be. And I'll show you the different levels and what I have planned for them here in just a second. But essentially what it's going to come down to is that I'm going to have a thing that comes down like this, sort of an inverted roof, and then also have something that supports this whole thing at the bottom. And let's see, I built this bridge. I think we had that in the last episode. And then I built this little sort of kink out so that I can observe what's going on, over on this angle. And then I built it out a little bit more so I could get a little bit closer and observe my work. So there you go. Again, a optifine view. These in the middle on the tops are cobblestone walls. I think they just look better than just cobblestone. It gives it a unique feeling. So on the edges, just sort of here, they're singles, but then in the middle, those there are doubles. So it's working out pretty good. Go ahead and munch down while we can. And then I got these sort of half slabs from stone on the bottom. So this is taking up a lot of stone and a lot of time, and I just didn't want to bother you with that whole process, because while I was gathering the stone, I was also gathering a ton of other resources, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. I also went ahead and built sort of a storage area on that first level, and that's something I kind of wish I would have shown you in the video. I came up with a way of making stone, and of course when you do stone, it's over here on the left, and I don't want to quite show you yet. I want to show you these. So again, these are sort of the cobblestone walls, and then I put these half slabs here, so you can still, I mean, you can't really see out. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll double up with these slabs. These you can actually see from the bottom, I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll just, I'm pretty sure those are full slabs that you can see from the bottom, because then that is the bottom one. Let me go ahead and just, yeah. So again, these are the full slabs. Oh, excuse me, that was nasty. Apologies for that. So that's cobblestone, that's stone, doubled up, of course. And then these are half slabs. So I'll probably end up putting just half slabs here, because you can still see these from the outside. That way you can walk up and still see. So actually, a matter of fact, let me just grab this one. No! I'll go after it. Where'd you go? Half slab. There it is. There it is. I'm really, really attached to some of this stuff. I don't have a better way of getting over here from this side, and I really, 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 really need to. Right now, I just have to go there, and then I have to go across that again, and blah, 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 blah. But this gives me time to sort of update you a little bit. I've got these trees here. They're really nice, and so I don't want to cut them down. I have pretty much moved out of that dirt house there. The only thing I keep in it, this tree is, tree's not, it's got character. So these are the two trees I'm talking about, that one and that one. So there's the farm from a distance. Not the prettiest again, but hey, it works. I got most of this area lit up except for over here. As you can see, there's a spider over there. And I built this stairwell so I could get down. Oh, one thing I did over here before we walk back is, let me break through here. Break on through to the other side. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. I dug all this out. That's where I got most of my stone. As you'll recall, this is where we went down into the mine shaft. And here you can see I tunneled quite a bit until I hit water. But yeah, so that's how we get down into the mine shaft. But yeah, I mined all this out. And so maybe this will become something. I don't know, like a barracks or I don't know, something. I have no idea just yet. But yeah, we've been keeping that covered up because guess what happened? A creeper came and blew up this whole area right here, and that was not fun. So let's go back on up. Double check and make sure we don't got anything. We don't got anything. Yep, that's me. Yeah, sweet. Oh, those were regular potatoes. Not cooked. Oh, jeez. But I do keep the bed here too, just to have convenience sake. That whole chest is empty. And again, this is mostly just food items for farming and stuff like that. That stuff really should be more down there, but it's kind of a convenient pit stop. So there you go. There's some melon. I don't really close this door, but I guess I'll close it for closing its sake. You know, so traveling does take a little bit of time. And again, this is a slow burn series. This is something where I will do a lot of work off camera, and then I will show it to you. Almost like a home design show. And yeah, it's kind of strange. So yeah, now that we can do that, so there we go. So you can still sort of see out when you do that, which is kind of nice because it is, you know, claustrophobic when you're like, hey, I want to, oh, and you probably just saw a little preview of to say like, oh, I want to see out. Oh, all you can see is that. It's like, it's kind of derpy. But yeah, so bam. Okay. There's my storage system. Of course, my enchantment table. Got 10. My next thing is to work on some books. Oh, come on. At least, yeah, give me at least 7. Ugh, efficiency 1. That's what I get with like 2 or 3 levels. Man, I got lots of burpiness going on. So I guess the first thing I'll show you is my hopper system. This is how I essentially got so much of this stone. Is I would put cobblestone up here. And of course, I would make sure that it's attached to the furnace, because anything that is attached to the top of the furnace will go through the furnace, and anything attached in terms of hoppers at the bottom will go into something underneath. And the only way to make them really connect is when you get this little sort of end here. So if you only have sort of this and this, that doesn't mean it's connected. So it's best to actually place these 2 items first and then get up there and place your hoppers. So essentially what it'll do is I put cobblestone in here like this, and I can store 5 tiers of it, which I was doing. I was having to replace the coal manually, which I guess kind of defeats the purpose. You could put coal up here. I think I actually ended up doing that. I don't know what I'm saying here. And then what it'll do is once it, comes out of here and goes in here, then it pulls it barely in here. So this, there's no reason to even look at this, and then puts it in this chest. And right now there's nothing in the chest because I moved it over here. Here's our anvil, which is it's starting to crack. And then our crafting table, which is very convenient because you can sort of walk around and look down and do it, and you can, it's the V. It's the V system, as I like to call it. Built another bed here, and I've got this furnace here just for general stuff, because trying to, do something that's not cobblestone in here is not working, wasn't working very well. So let's see here. All of my ores, as you can see, I've got a ton of iron ore. Also have, again, lots of diamonds, lots of emeralds. Actually, I got 19 of both. That's pretty dang sweet. Gold, I've got decent amount of gold. Flint. This is basically stuff that you can build tools out of, is kind of what you see here. Then we've got some more food. Again, lots of zombie flesh. I've got a weird way of storing things. I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. Really need more leather, which is why we're working on those cows so much, and lots of just random food and seeds and stuff. Again, all the food is just all out of whack until I can sort of get a real decent farm. All the wood goes in here, all the wood related items, of course. These are trap chests, so that's trapped, that's trapped, that's trapped, and that. These are regular chests, and that is a regular chest as well, since it's between 2 trapped chests. And let's see, all the sort of fancy redstone or anything on rails essentially goes in here, or anything, like books. I think I found these in the spawners. So I got Aqua Affinity 1, Feather Falling, 4, and Looting 3. So until I really get a weapon that I really, really like, I'm saving those up. And again, tons of coal. Oh, and the flint technically should go right there. So there we go. So I think that's about it, and enough obsidian to go into the nether, which we haven't done yet, and we'll have to do that in order to get some netherrack and stuff like that. Lots of string. I honestly, this is mostly just stuff you get from enemies. Everything you see here you can get from an enemy, or I guess if you want to consider squid enemies, then that's your prerogative. And then bam, lots of stone. So we got plenty of stone here, tons of cobblestone, the moss stone from the spawners, etc., etc. So that is the tour of the first level, and I think this goes much deeper. The other ones I'm pretty sure end about right here. So this actually goes deeper than the levels above. This is just a temporary staircase. I don't know if I'm going to keep this there, so that probably will go to a higher level, maybe even one of the towers as I build up. So this isn't permanent by any means. By any means, I didn't say enemies. So this is, again, just a temporary staircase. I apologize. I am sounding just like a big old hillbilly. Oh, what's that doing there? Let's fix that real quick. That's going to bother me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to make some more patches. I wanted to do a little bit of contrast. Wood is going to be the next thing that I use to contrast a lot of this stuff. So again, just a real basic level. Is this the same as the lower ones? Yeah, the first 2 levels are the same. and then the top two are different, but of course they match each other. And so this is how this works out. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide, or 7 deep, and as wide as the bottom. And then to get up the rest, you go up the ladder. Don't know if this will be permanent. So as you can see, we've got just single things here that matches that. But why can I jump? What is different? Here, let me make this. Okay. See, so how we have the two here, the sort of like 2, 1, 2. Well, that is not how it works here. It is all singles. It's singles night up here. I'm making up jingles in my face. And since it goes here, I just wanted to continue that, but also not sort of interfere with the natural outside of the building. And of course we had to light it up because Jason learned his lesson when a zombie came out, and this is an unfinished top level, and there is a reason for that. So that is basically what's going on with all the levels here. And as you can see, we still got a ton of room to grow up, and we will definitely do that. So let me just give you an idea of what it looks like. I guess we could also do that too if people, maybe tier it up so it's like, half slab then full slab. And that's essentially what that looks like, from the view. So I do plan on building sort of another building, like a half building here that goes up really high, and then sort of like a separate building. So we will basically go from the middle. It'll be here and then here over. So not big buildings, but sort of big enough to be kind of tower-like. And that will be my next thing to do. So I've been recording for a little while, but I think I want to build some stuff and maybe give you some ideas on what's coming up in the next series. So I'm just double checking to make sure that this is all the stuff that I've done. Again, we still have the house way up there. Skeleton must have died here. Let me give you a better view from the outside. I do intend on this series to be, topical. So as I'm building stuff or as stuff is going on in my life, I'll be talking about it. Still playing a lot of catch up from South by Southwest, just so you know. So essentially, as we've got some stuff here, I think the building I want to build, I've got like a reference thing that I need to check out. It's been a minute since I've done this. Again, I think I've created enough contrast here, but I think perhaps we'll do some brick. Essentially, let's see, is it 7 deep? So we'll probably have like it goes back 4, but it's a peaked roof. So it goes like that, and it'll be made out of wood, which is why I built the wood farm, because I'm not sure what kind of wood I'm going to use. But it's going to peak up like this, and then let me get over a little bit further. So it's going to sort of peak up like this, and then there's going to be a building that just kind of like squares behind it, but it goes into this building a little bit. So again, I want to keep the natural stone as much as I can, and then build up. And then I'm thinking actually I want to build a sort of a separate tower that has a little bit of a walking path to it. And so I'm not sure where I want to build that tower, perhaps further back like here in this area that goes up. And then this is kind of jutting forward. So I definitely want to put like either a half circle to where it's sort of rounded this way, and then it goes up as well. So, and then it has a way of connecting to one of the levels, perhaps the 3rd level, I think might be the way of doing that. And so basically, as we go sort of back into this area, is sort of the kingdom gets deeper and deeper, and sort of that's more of where like the kingdom leaders live. So maybe this is more like a barracks more than anything else, although not as secure. And I don't know, maybe this bridge in some instance, I don't know, maybe it's from there to over here, maybe that is intact and then we just build it there. I don't know. I'm thinking that's maybe what we're going to do, is have a bridge that people can still sail under and whatnot. So that's essentially the plan. And I'm not sort of completely set, so perhaps when I get sort of a roof idea going, I'll just do the first one and probably come back, and then we'll figure out something for the towers. I think I'm going to have one tower here, one tower there, but I'm not 100%. So when I get that all figured out, I will let you know and be right back. All right, I'm back. Welcome to creative mode. I think this is maybe the first time I've done this. So as you can see, I've got some stuff going on here from a different series and whatnot. As you can see, I've got my logo, which I don't use often, but there's my J, and then my P, and then my T. It's my logo. I'll be using this in a lot more stuff. This is something I was trying to help Andy with, and then realized how stupid it was that I was trying to help him with. So this is the very top level. I recreated it. Didn't exist until now. The other thing is what I've totally built myself. And so I think I'm going to go with the birchwood on this. And so essentially what is going to have to happen is that we will eventually... Jeez. So used to not building in creative mode, if you can't tell, is essentially that this roof will tear up. Not like cry or anything, like nothing like that. Actually, I want it to be way more steeper than that. So we're going to basically do it like this. I'm not sure how. That's exactly why I'm in creative mode. So essentially, it's going to go up like that. So I wanted to build sort of this with birch, and then the oak wood sort of wins the overall roof materials race to where it'll go. No, that's not right. I think that's what I wanted. I think that's what I want to do. But again, I'm not 100%, hence why I'm in creative mode, because I don't want to waste time. So this is kind of a hybrid of both creative and real world scenarios, because I want to build this in the real world and I'm going to use real world materials, but I just really wanted to look at this and see if it from a distance, I don't know if I like that, if it makes sense, you know. I don't know. Let's see what happens when I do. Well, not that. So I think that's as far back as I want it to go, although it will be. I wish there was sort of a half of slab here, but it's gonna have to hang off. So right, you can't just hit it and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. And then like this, we'll just do one side. Won't do both sides because you can just use your imagination and split it. Lots of clicking. Let's see, let's just go ahead and get all these stairs going. This is going to be fun building into a real world, if it works out to where I like it enough. Let's see. This just needs to also transition into a building behind us. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like essentially 2 towers, one that goes up here, and then they have maybe like a 3 middle share, and then they go up like that. Oh, this looks weird without sort of the overhang. The lip. I know I said I wasn't going to do this other side, but I'm just going to do it for this one case. And bam. Oh, that looks kind of cool though. Ooh. Well, that's how you get a half slab there. I wish that would work for everything else. I don't really want a huge lip. See, that looks cool. Although I guess you're getting a little bit of that too, but whatever. Maybe I can figure that out. See, it keeps doing that. There we go. I don't know if I'm loving that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Jason's kind of hating it. Can I put it higher? No, it's like all or nothing, isn't it? Balls. I didn't know if I was going to like this or not. It's too just like, and of course, if this was like, Feed the Beast or something, I could use, micro blocks or whatever. Well, I tell you what, that's what that side's going to look like, and then we're going to do it just a regular old roof on this side without space, to kind of step it up. So that's how that's going to be, and then that's how that would be, or that's too steep. That's too steep. So essentially what I'd probably do is just make it so that it does this. So it'd be just easier if I restored these back. This is going to make just a much steeper roof. I guess we'll find out by how many blocks. That many. And then it will go bop, bop, bop. With probably one of those on top. And then... And I guess I could lower this if... Geez, if I'm not in love with it. Forgot to start my stopwatch on the second time. You know, if we did that, we would have to make this a room and have a window in the middle or something, because... Let's see. Let's look at it like this. I'm just not loving that either, but this... At least this has character, you know? It might look fugly. Let's look at it from a distance. Let's make the time... back. Oh, did I do that wrong? Time set 0. There we go. You know, at least this has character the way that is. Yep. As soon as I looked at it like that, I liked it better. And you know, another thing I'm thinking is that it just needs this. Maybe that's just what is making it look weird to me. I mean, I hate that it's like that, but I mean, it looks. Well, let's just do the whole thing real quick. I can crank this out, right? Get rid of this. Creative mode is kind of therapeutic, I've discovered. It's just like, I don't like this. I'm getting rid of all this crap. Alright, so that goes all there. Is that right? Does that end go like that? No, it doesn't. I didn't think so. I did not think so. How does it go? It goes like that. Oh, that's why. It's like you're doing it wrong. Let's see, that, and then that. Yup. Oops. Can you change like the flight sensitivity? Like I wish it was just like tighter. It's just like loose. I kind of hate how it just is floaty. If that makes any sense to anybody out there. I wish it just didn't, you know, wasn't as whimsical as it is. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's going to work. It's not the most ideal. I could perhaps flip it so that it's, you know, birch on top, but I think oak is like wet and what looks more weathered, whereas this kind of almost looks like sandstone in a way from a distance. And so essentially that's what that is going to be built out of. And I think from there I'm going to have oak towers, you could maybe call them, coming out of this. Oops, it would help if you switch to the right material. And of course, they're going to be like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think is what I'm going to do. And then, let's see, this isn't necessarily accurate to what I think I'm going to do, but perhaps they will need to, oops, come all the way down to where they touch the ground in some, dang it, some manner. And I don't know if I'm going to use oak trees or not. That's really what I haven't figured out yet. So that's your first tower, and then your second one will be 3 blocks from it. Is that right? Yeah. So here. Oops. I hate how sometimes you just get away from it a little too fast. Is that right? No, not even close. And these will essentially just be matching towers, is kind of what I'm trying to get to. Oops. It's got to make some logical architectural sense. Is that right? No, it's one taller than all the others. And, shoot, let's just... That was the poorest filling job ever. And again, I'm going to have to build all this stuff in real life, so don't think I'm cheating. I gotta get all the materials for this, so this will give me a decent idea of what kind of materials I need to get, but I've got ways of doing the math. So let's see, we won't even be really seeing these until, let's see, be connected. Oh, not even close, Jason. Wow, that was bad. So let's see, not sure how these will connect. Like that. Okay. I'm kind of just winging these. Wow, I am incredibly bad. And maybe to add some contrast, I won't use this wood. Spruce, perhaps, would be a better wood to use to further add the contrast. Haven't really found any spruce trees. That's the big problem, is I've been wanting to use them so far, but I never found them. So I'm gonna probably go on an epic journey to find those. Probably get lost. Oh, come on. Yeah, I like this color better. So, you know, maybe have a window like 1, 2, 3, and then a window. Maybe have one there, 1, 2, 3, and then ta-da! Need the oak back, and then da and da. So, you know, that kind of gives you an idea of it. And then how wide are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, these will just be 5 by 5 towers. So these will go into that mountain a little bit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I do plan on digging and having some sort of foundation. That way it's just realistic, and you'll see that. I hope to show that to you actually while I build. I just like having a game plan, and you know, I'll show some of this to you on camera, some of it not. I don't want to maybe, you know, spoil the surprise. So I just want to show you what's going to do, because I'll probably, you know, build these a little bit off camera, you know, or at least gather the resources. And I keep saying off camera, but you know, it just really depends if it's just going to be worthwhile to you to watch. And so, you know, I'm not trying to cut you short or anything. I want you to see that I'm not cheating and stuff like that. And I keep saying cheating because I just assume that people are like, oh, that guy's, but you're probably not. I mean, we've all been there, right? We've all built stuff. So let's see. There we go. And I haven't quite got the timing down on that right, but it's all right. Ooh, did I think I was standing on that? I wasn't. Let's just go ahead and bring this back. Jeez. I'm sure there's a way of changing that. You know what? Just stand. Okay. And of course, the, you know, whatever dirt will be behind there. So, you know, this kind of gives you an idea of what I'm working with. So, I think actually those might even be taller. I might make them sort of 3, so that they're just like really, really up there. And then they'll have sort of spiked roofs, you know, towers over here, etc., etc. So that just gives you a rough idea of, you know, just imagine that there's other levels there. It just gives you a rough idea of what I'm planning on doing with that. So I may actually go ahead and just build one of the towers, get that sort of just rock solid, and then build the other tower for you. Perhaps, you know, build this one and then build that one for you in reverse. But most likely we'll have some cosmetic changes done, and I'll probably get those all figured out here in Creative and then recreate it for you. So, you know, Bob Ross, if you didn't know, he actually painted a painting that had that painting off to the side as a reference, then painted the painting that you saw on the television, and then also after that went home and repainted the painting step by step and took pictures step by step. If you've ever seen one of his painting books, essentially he painted that same painting 3 times, if not more, and donated those to the PBS stations that he had. So just an interesting factoid about Bob Ross. I actually learned that not too long ago. So that guy actually painted the same stuff over and over and over, and it looks so awesome. So that's where he gets all of his skills in, and that's what creative is for us. It's a tool. It's a tool, and it's a thing that helps us be very efficient in our videos. So that's going to do it for me. JPT creative mode, kingdom builder style, and the next time you'll see this roof on that building, and you'll see probably one of the towers, if not more. And then we'll keep building on from there. I'll have a much clearer idea of what I'm doing. And again, I won't sort of surprise you with all this new stuff. I just had to do some resource gathering, and I just got out of control. So until next time, like, subscribe, all that and more. I would greatly appreciate it if you would do that. And so until next time, I'll be seeing you.